Hello everyone, in this video let us learn how to find out the impulse response of a transfer function. So in the given question we have t of s is equal to s into s plus 3 by s plus 1 into s plus 11 into s plus 7. We know that the any time response is c of t. So from the above equation, if you just put this t of s, if you put t of s aside, you have c of s by r of s is equal to this. So from this equation, look out for methods to obtain c of t. So first step is send r of s to the right hand, send r of s to the right hand side. So now we have c of s is equal to r of s into the whole transfer function which is mentioned above. Now what is the value of r of s? Now we have different time responses, that is for step response, for impulse response and for ramp response, r of s value differs. For step response, let me just write that. For step response, R of s is equal to 1 by s for unit step response, and for unit impulse response, R of s is equal to 1, right? And for unit ramp response, R of s is equal to 1 by s square. So in our example, we have r of s is equal to 1. So let us now write down c of s. So even if you write r of s on the right hand side, it is just 1. So think that you have sent the r of s that side, and what you have now is c of s. So now you have to find c of t. To find c of t, you have to apply Laplace inverse of c of s is equal to c of t. This is the response you need, right? Now on the left hand side, right, okay, very fine, Laplace inverse of c of s is equal to c of t. But on the right hand side, you cannot directly apply Laplace inverse on the given transfer function. First of all, you have to defragment the above transfer function. So the above transfer function, put it into its partial fractions. So c of s will be equal to, in partial fractions, you can either do this manually or you can use online calculators for partial fractions. There are many reputed guys offering you uh, to resolve a given big fraction into its respective partial fractions. So I have used one of those websites and I have checked it manually also. It's very perfect. So now I have c of s into partial fractions as minus 7 by 6 into s plus 7 plus 11 by 5 into s plus 11 minus 1 by 30 into s plus 1. Now I can comfortably apply Laplace inverse on the right hand side. So the only formula you need to remember in this is Laplace inverse of 1 by s plus 1 is equal to e power minus 1t. So if you have Laplace inverse of 1 by s plus 7, you will have e power minus 7t. If this is 7, you will have 70. If it is 9, you will have 90. So using this formula, just find out the Laplace inverse for each individual term, and this is what you will get: c of t, which is Laplace inverse of c of s, and minus 7 by 6 into e power minus 70 minus 70 plus 11 by 5 into e power minus 11t minus 1 by 30 into e power minus t. So this is the equation for the time response, for the impulse time response. So now, is this over? It's not. You have to plot a graph now. The big thing is you have to plot the actual impulse response on a graph sheet. So take t value on one side and c of t value on other side. For t0, c of t is 1. For t1, c of t is minus 0.013 something. For t2, for t3, you can find out values for different values of t. So once you have obtained your different values of t, you can now look for you can now look forward to the graph. All you need to do is take a neat graph paper and mark out the axis. Take time on x-axis and c of t, which is your amplitude, on y-axis. So take the scale as per your requirements. It's up to you. It depends on the values you've got. And your impulse response is going to be for this particular problem, your impulse response is something like this. So it's going to be a little below zero. This goes a little below zero, and then it emerges up again, and this peak happens to be 0.85, just for confirmation's sake. So hope you found this video informative and really helpful, and if you have an exam tomorrow or today, all the very best, and thank you for watching.